Hi everybody, it's me Lindsay. For those who do know or do not know me, welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you some advice about high school. Before we begin, be sure to follow me on social media for more behind the scenes. Subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you guys can get updates on when I'm uploading a new video. Today I'm going to be discussing various topics such as organization, study habits, getting involved, applying to colleges, goal setting, and a mini little life update before we get started. I did move! North Carolina and Appalachian State! I am moving in 19 days. Yesterday it was 20 days until I move in for college, so I'm very excited, and be sure to stay tuned for the college content. The first thing that we're going to be talking about today is organization. I cannot emphasize enough on how important this is, and it's one of the main takeaways from this video. When I was a freshman in high school and even before high school, I didn't know how to organize all of my work and how important it is to keep everything all in one place, such as homework, quizzes, tests, classwork, etc. Eventually, when I did learn how to organize, I would put a lot of my work for each class in separate binders. The problem was that it would put a lot of weight on my back, even with taking them home at the end of the year, plus my locker stuff, which was way too much for me. My mom would even tell me the same thing. Last year, I ended up having one binder with dividers for each subject, with all of my work together, which was easier and less for me to manage. Or if you want to organize all of your work electronically, make digital portfolios for each class. Have separate folders as sections, like homework, classwork, quizzes, etc., and color code. When you are doing your back-to-school shopping, think about how you will want to organize all of your papers by investing in a 1-inch binder. Or if you still want to do multiple binders, I would highly suggest doing two 0.5 binders with either 2 or 3 subjects in each. I would also recommend getting dividers to keep everything separated, or get a file folder with labels. So I hope that you will find this helpful as you shop for back to school. The second and another main takeaway from this video is time management. This is another key one that I cannot emphasize enough on. There are some days when you do get a lot of homework while others you don't. It depends on the homework load that you will have each day. Freshman year and even before entering high school, I would struggle a lot with trying to find balance between my schoolwork and my free time, to where it would become very overwhelming for me and very stressful. While I was registering for my freshman year classes, my mom had me take an elective class called Critical Reading Strategies. I didn't even know about it at first because I'm not a huge reader, and I even kept expressing that to my mom, but I dealt with it anyway and still took the class. Not only was the class focused on ways to improve reading comprehension, it also was focused on organization, time management, and goal setting. One of the things that were taught in the class was the amount of time that you should spend on studying for tests or doing homework. I remembered my teacher saying that you should do 45 minutes of homework or studying, then do a 15 to 20 minute break in between. Do the assignments that will take longer first before you do the ones that will take less time. At first, I didn't get the whole point of it, but once I tried it for the first time, it was so helpful, very manageable. During COVID, I would watch a lot of YouTube. So there was one YouTuber that popped up on the recommendations of YouTubers to watch, and the video will be about time management. Of course, I had to click on the video because I was curious. After watching it, it was so good that I had to subscribe to the channel. Since I subscribed to that one channel, I did even some more research on different channels that will talk about time management, even how to make a schedule. To make a schedule, you will need a notebook, or you can either do it on an electronic device, iPad or computer. What you do is that you jot down your whole day with all the stuff that you have to get done, with time slots such as getting one task done from 9:30 to 10:30, then doing the next next task from this time to that time. Once you are done with the task, you get to cross it off and move on to the others. So the things that I would invest in whenever you shop for back to school is, first of all, start by getting either a notebook, a journal, or an iPad with an Apple Pencil. If you decide to handwrite your schedule, I will get the Maya liners, which are these colored markers and highlighters all in one, pens and pencils. And these are the ones that I really like. They are by the brand Bic, and they are the pastel ones, along with the extra sparkle pack. Making a schedule is another way of staying organized and keeping you in balance. It's all about balance. The third thing that I'm going to be talking about are study habits. That same YouTuber that I would watch not only does time management videos, but would also give study tips and how long you should be studying for, similar to what's been taught in my critical reading strategies class. I used to not study efficiently to where I would either do good on my tests or not. So some of the study techniques that I learned was using flashcards. Flashcards usually help with memorization, and I'm a visual learner. A lot of times I like to learn by seeing things. You can either buy them or create an online set using Quizlet. With Quizlet, you can create flashcards and play a game with them, such as review, test, or matching. I would also suggest playing Kahoot by yourself as many times as you can if your teacher creates one. Another study strategy is for if you are preparing for a math test. Try the math problems from the review guide first. If you give up and if you are stuck, you can look back at your notes. Or if you are not understanding your notes, ask your teacher for help prior to taking your test. These study tips will not only help with studying for one test, but others too. So we are going to be switching gears here, and the fourth thing that I'm going to be talking about is getting involved. I also cannot emphasize this enough, and a lot of teachers too. If you get yourself involved in a club or an organization outside of school, one, it will help when it's time to apply to colleges, because a lot of colleges would like to see that you get involved in something. Two, it will build your character. And three, you get to see if this will be something that you would do after high school. The lighting was super bad, so I just had to turn on my lamp just to make the lighting a little better. Hey guys, sorry for the little intermission, but today is Sunday, July 30th. I cannot believe how July is about to be over now. This week is going to start August. That's when I start moving into college and start my college classes. Anyways, let's get on with the rest of the advice. When I was in high school, during freshman year, I would sign up for a media club that would involve doing the morning announcements like I did in middle school. Instead, the club was focused on movie nights and coming up with more ideas for my school's broadcasting. If I wanted to do the morning announcements, I had to end up taking the class for it, which was actually the class that I took last year, which was TV productions. I enjoyed the class so much. It was so fun. Before TV productions, I had to take video productions my junior year because it is recommended to take that class before doing TV productions or advanced video production, which was the other option. That class was more focused on the animation part of media, while TV productions was focused on more of the morning announcements. So I gave up, and during COVID, I decided to join my school's Black Student Union, which was focused on creating a diverse environment for my school. My junior year, I got accepted into the National Honor Society, which is a club that's focused on leadership, character, and managing academics. When I got accepted, I didn't really see the point of me being in it, and I didn't like it at first. But as I continued on with the club, I learned so much about myself in terms of how much I love doing community service and how I do really care about my academics. So as you can tell, getting involved can make a huge difference, and it's another way of balancing school. Even going to the football games, school dances such as homecoming, and participating in Spirit Week where you get to dress in a theme each day. Homecoming and prom are so much fun because you get to dress up and dance along with mingling with people. You can go with either a group of friends or a date. I also have a special guest joining me. This is Reese. One thing that I wish I would have done in high school is participate in the football games, which is actually what I'm going to be doing in college to get me hyped into the school spirit. The fifth thing that I'm going to be talking about is academics. academics. This is another topic of discussion along with the 3 previous topics I touched on. Academics are so important in high school because they are part of your graduation requirements along with electives, state testing, and more. There are certain amount of credits for each subject that you have to meet before you graduate. 2, it's important when it comes to applying to colleges and junior year because you are trying to figure out what you are doing after you graduate, and colleges would like to see that you get good grades during junior year, especially with taking APs. AP stand for Advanced Placement. By the time you graduate high school, a record of your grades during all 4 years will go out to colleges, trade school, etc. Which is why it's so important to stay on top of your assignments, turn everything in on time, being engaged in all of your classes, and having a relationship with your teachers because it can help with being successful for the remaining of high school. Also, with being engaged in all of your classes, it can help with putting yourself out there. If you want to learn more about getting good grades and taking good class notes, I did a video on how to take good class notes and talked about academics as part of my How I Stay Organized in School video. I will have those 2 videos linked in the description, and please save them so you can have them for reference. The 6th thing that I'm going to be talking about is friendships. Friendships are the most challenging in high school because it's like a contest with various cliques, such as fitting in with a group of people. For instance, say that you are trying to be friends with some people that are in theater, right? But you are not in theater, so once you enter yourself with that group of people, they exclude you because you are not in theater or you're not in a sport, which is not very nice. And that's what I would deal with a lot in high school. My logic with it is that it's not being acceptive of others, and it doesn't matter if you are in a club or not. So why does it matter? Why is it a big deal if you aren't in sports or theater? It's like not being acceptive of someone who has special needs or for the color of the skin. It's no different than what you will learn in elementary or preschool about sharing and including people. I think it's important to include everyone no matter what their background is or what they have. Secondly, don't feel like you have to fit in with that group either, especially if they aren't being inclusive. Thirdly, be yourself. Let me tell you, I had a lot of insecurities about myself, my personality, and having autism. Therefore, I wasn't being myself by changing my personality freshman year and turned out to be a mean girl. I did that just to fit in and to get attention. But did that work? No. It actually was hurting a lot of other people. I really felt pressured to change who I am because I didn't have enough friends or people wouldn't include me. It got me in a lot of trouble, and I learned from that mistake quick. Please do not change for other people or let other people change the way you are because your personality is beautiful just the way it is. Trust me, it could go either good or bad. As I learned from that mistake, I had to work a lot on being accepting of myself by being confident with the personality that I gained and finding the right people to fit in with. Those people that I became friends with has helped me realize who I really am, being accepting of my differences along with theirs. We had a lot in common and we still keep in touch. If they are watching this video right now, I just want to say thank you for entering my life, and I could not ask for better. So when it comes to friendships in high school, the key things to remember are to be yourself and to fit in with the right people. If people do not want to be your friend, it's okay to be alone too. The 7th thing that I'm going to be talking about today is goal setting. Goal setting is another important part of organization because it helps you stay on track. It's also a way of looking at what things you have accomplished and what things you need to work on. That's another concept that I will learn in my critical reading strategies class too. Sorry for all the noise in the background. I would share some things that went well during the past week, a couple of things that went wrong, and 3 goals for the new week. As I kept doing that, it helped with making progress each day and reflecting on each week. I would highly recommend making goals for yourself each week because it would really help you for the rest of the school year and in the future. The final thing that I'm going to be talking about today is applying to colleges. Now, rising seniors that are watching this, alright, I am back, rising seniors. You better listen to this right now because this is important. When I was applying to colleges last year, one of the things that helped me was participating in college workshops where you get to learn what is usually required when applying, even learning tips on how to write college essays. Another thing that I had to do, and I did this before applying, was asking teachers for letters of recommendation. When you are doing this, please do not wait until the last minute. It is better to ask them ahead of time because they will need time to write your letter and send it out to the colleges ASAP. When you are doing your college essays, pick a topic that you are interested in writing about or come up with your own. But before writing your essay, create an outline or a graphic organizer so you can organize all of your thoughts and ideas before writing them down. Even a lot of your 12th grade English classes will talk about it and will teach you how to write them. As part of my English class last year, I was working on writing college essays and even reading passages with tips on how to start them. They are really like personal narratives. The time that I was applying to colleges was right on that August 1st date during the summer, so that way I can know sooner if I got accepted or not. I got one acceptance during early summer last year, while the others were during the September-October time frame, while the other was during December. The sooner you start applying, the better, because you will have more time to make a decision on where you want to go, enjoy all of the senior year celebrations, and it increases your chances of admission. Another important thing when it comes to doing college applications is to make sure that you list any extracurriculars, any awards or achievements that you've earned. Make sure that all of your documents are organized, such as your transcript, so you can always have them to refer to. Before submitting your application, please double check to make sure that you have everything that the school is asking of you. When you are done, be sure to check your email to make sure that your application is submitted. Check it weekly or daily. Even check out the school's website to look out for your acceptance. It's a lot when it comes to applying to colleges, but it's all worth it at the end. Trust me, it will feel like a real reward. Well, that covers all of the topics that I discussed. Now I'm going to be answering any questions that you guys have about high school. Today we're going to be answering 2 questions. So the first question is, how do you stay so positive and upbeat all the time? Oh, that means so much to me. You are so cute. God has made me to be a very unique person. I just say that's naturally who I am. I'm glad to be that way. Last question. What do you recommend people do to maintain friendships when you're no longer living nearby, or are you moving away for college? Recommend planning a lot of outings during the summer and getting phone numbers so that way you still have them to reach out to. It also depends if you really see yourself having that friendship or relationship with that person or you don't, so a lot can change. So those are all the questions that I'm going to be answering. For the last part of this video, I'm going to be talking about how I will take all the things that I learned from high school going into college. Actually this month, hello, because it's already August 1st. First of all, I will be utilizing all of the organization tips that I learned from all of my classes and on YouTube. Secondly, I will be utilizing my time management skills more frequently to make my own schedule to balance my free time along with my schoolwork. Lastly, the study tips. I will be using flashcards to help me prepare and to be successful on all of my exams, getting myself involved more, and fitting in with the right people. Lastly, have fun in high school. You'll only go to high school once. Once you graduate, you will never be a high schooler again. Be sure to enjoy every moment, especially the hard times, and get the most out of your experience. And that, everybody, concludes today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on social media for more behind the scenes. Subscribe and click on the notification bell so that way you guys can get updates updates on when I'm uploading a new video. I hope that you guys have learned something and take all of the tips that I discussed and apply them to your high school career. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, Linsters.